Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be a video, just a quick overview of my 2015 Honda Accord V6. Kind of just going to give you a brief rundown of the car, why I chose it over some other competitors, how it's wearing, how the wear tear is doing. So just some background. This is a 2015, picked it up about 2 years ago. It had about, I think, 14,000 miles on it, one owner. Picked it up from a private party. I actually ended up driving quite a significant distance to pick it up, but I really wanted a white one with a manual transmission. And if you're in for a market for one, you probably know how rare the manual transmission variant of this car is, especially in a color that you desire, such as blue or white. Seems like there's a lot of black and red ones, but I digress. So just to give you a little rundown, when I was my car history, I'm a big Honda fan, but I was looking for a kind of nice daily driver vehicle. There's a couple other cars I considered. I considered a newer Volkswagen GTI, probably Mark 9, or one of the newer WRXs. And basically, after weighing the pros and cons of all those cars, it came down to the Accord versus the WRX. And after some thinking and number crunching, and watching some YouTube videos like you are doing right now, I figured out the Accord would be the best bet for me. Well, some little bit of background. For one, the insurance in this car compared to the WRX is approximately 70% less. So for a WRX, I'd be paying about $150 more a month. And I'm under 30 years old. I'm actually turning 29 soon. So this was just a smart financial decision from first standpoint. Second standpoint was, I asked myself, what do I need the car for? And my number one thing is daily driving, commuting back and forth to work, and just having a nice, comfortable daily driver. With maybe occasional track use. I've never taken it yet, but basically looking at the performance numbers of the WRX against this car, there's significant difference. And if you do some YouTube, scouting, you'll see that this car will pull pretty much on any stock WRX or even some lightly modded Stage 1 WRXs. This car is just a real big sleeper, to be honest, especially if you get it in a 6-speed manual transmission variant. So second was fuel economy. I mean, it's not that big of a difference against the WRX, but I get about 30 miles per gallon in the city, about 32 highway. Is decent. And one big pro of this car is it takes regular, so you can put in regular W87 in it, and without losing any performance. And I believe the WRX is premium only, as is the GTI. So I mean, it's a minor consideration, but everything adds up. The other big part is buying these cars used. If you buy used Accord, and you're looking for a clean variant, let's say under 40,000 miles, such as this one, you're looking to spend anywhere from $13,000 to $18,000, depending on the color, your location, the transmission. The manuals usually command a little bit of a higher premium, but it really is just a luck of the draw, depending when the dealer gets one in. So basically, you'll be saving a lot of money while maintaining the performance of those cars. I'm not going to argue and say this is a much better handling car than a WRX, which would be a lie. This car holds its own, even on stock tires and stock suspension. As you can see, the wheel gap is pretty horrendous. It handles decently. It's not, obviously it understeers slightly, but honestly, if you're pushing it that hard on a road, you're looking to lose your license anyways. So for your occasional highway pull and just a occasional skirmish against some other tuner or car on the road, this is a perfect sleeper. Nobody expects this car to be as quick as it is. And kind of just going to our next point, just a little bit of specs. I mean, I'm sure you already know all the specs of it. It's about 3,200 pounds. It has a 3.5 liter V6. It has the same power plant as pretty much any Honda product out there. It's a G35 family drivetrain. So basically any Honda minivan, any Acura TL, any Honda or Acura product with a V6 is gonna have some variant of this engine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great engine, 3.5 liters. The earlier variants from like 99 and earlier Accords were 3.2 liters, and I believe even less displacement than that. But as you can see, everything here is pretty much stock. The only thing I do for this car is change air filters. There's a pretty significant air filter here, just changed it every 15,000 miles. Just make sure your clutch fluid stays kind of honey colored. This one is good. This car only has about 25,000 miles on it, so I don't expect I'll need much maintenance besides oil changes for a while. Perhaps a transmission fluid change in the future, but really besides that, just a nice little power plant, good gas, good fuel economy. Really nothing really wrong with it at all. Gonna move into the next part of the car is, as you can see, it's bone stock, and I kind of need your guys' advice on this. Considering lowering it, perhaps on coilovers, but that's not for a while. You still got to get some new tires for this car. Still running on stock tires. They're wearing actually pretty nicely. You can see the wear indicators are not showing it, but they're just kind of turning brittle and hard, spinning a lot of tires even with traction on. So that's next on the list is tires. I like the way the wheels sit, so I'm not going to change the wheels. Definitely going to get some suspension eventually. As you can see, the gap is about the size of my fist, so that's pretty significant. So that's going to be changed next. So this is kind of turning into a car review, but kind of going off topic here. I guess what else I'll say is the wear and tear has really been, besides your occasional, rock chips here and there on the hood and whatnot, it's paint quality is really nice. The interior quality is phenomenal. The seats are, they're leather seats. They're not really wearing down, or no real big signs of wear. The best part about this car, in my opinion, is this manual transmission. If you're familiar with Honda products, you know that Honda makes one of the best transmissions in the market. If you wanna go up there and argue, the next one would be Porsche, or I don't know, something exotic. Basically, it has a nice 1-to-2 shift, really crisp. 3-4 is also really crisp. Just a nice kind of mechanical feel to it. If you think about a BMW transmission, this is a complete opposite of a BMW transmission. This is more reminiscent of my Honda S2000 actually. So on to the next part. Is the interior of the car. That's one of the reasons I actually picked it over the WRX and the GTI. A nice place to be in. Nice leather wrapped steering wheel, leather wrapped doors. Everything just feels smooth. Kind of like a mature car. Honestly, probably one of the better budget interiors compared to all the other vehicles. There's a decent ample space, actually a really large back seat. Since this car is built on a 4-door sedan chassis, there's plenty of room back here. Seats are foldable, and as you'll see in a second, the trunk is ridiculously large. So once you fold down the seats, it basically turns like into a mini hatchback slash pickup truck. Really no issues with this car at all. As far as I guess I kind of lied about having no modifications. I guess if you consider these modifications, all I have is a dash cam. I'm not sure, I picked it up on Amazon. It's basically a rear facing and a front facing dash cam in one. Just kind of keep an eye on the road. Have a radar detector, for the occasional burst of speed on the highway. Keep my license in check. Yeah, besides that, the speedometer and the tachometer, everything is analog, really nicely laid out. I wish the actual tachometer was centered, but it'll do. It actually has this kind of like analog sports chrono watch layout, really nicely detailed, and just a pleasant cluster to look at. Going back to the rest of the interior, think I missed anything. I mean, it has your standard USB plug. Pardon my earplugs. Sometimes I like to drive in silence. Yeah, everything else just heated seats, just your standard. Pretty much any Accord that you pick up, any V6 Accord that you pick up is going to have navigation and all these dual screen setups. I believe only the 4-cylinder variants don't have the top screen, but do have the smaller primary screen. So kind of going back to the outside of the car, do a final walk around and kind of give you my thoughts on the car, how it's been holding up. Basically to kind of just give you a little bit of a overview of the car. I know this turned into a review, not a wear and tear analysis, but there's not really much wear and tear in this car at 25,000 miles. I mean, the tires are getting up there and we change them pretty soon. Yeah, pretty much just a good overall round daily driver. If you're considering something, you're in the market, something under anywhere from 12 to 18,000, and you don't want to spend the premium on a WRX, pick one of these up. If you can, in a manual transmission variant, you'll definitely enjoy the car. There's plenty of power, plenty of pickup. Just a great daily driver overall. I'm looking to keep this car for many years to come. I've been toying around with ideas of trading it in for like something, like STI or some other sports compact. But honestly, for what it is, with a manual transmission and a 3.5 V6, just a sleeper of a car. Extremely comfortable, great highway cruiser. My plan is to get some nicer tires. I like the stock wheels, so I'll keep the stock wheels as is. Probably get some coilovers. Just lower, nice little drop on it. Perhaps some coilovers, nice tires. It'll be perfect as is. Just a nice, elegant little sleeper. That's actually one big pro for this car. You're not gonna look like a little ricer boy in a WRX with the police and everyone else looking at you, looking down at you, and trying to call you out for speeding. It's kind of like a grown-up's car. Huge sleeper though. If you just do some YouTubing, type in just Accord V6 versus whatever else car you want, and you'll see that it's punching way above its weight class. And I've had some experiences of my own. I actually have a video on my channel of me and my buddy's WRX. All he has is an axle bag bolt-on, stage 0 tune. But this car has really surprised both of us as far as performance in a straight line from a slow roll. Yeah, but guys, if you have any questions, suggestions, or just concerns, or what I should do to this car, whether I should keep it, sell it, just open to all opinions, all suggestions. If you're interested in Accord, you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys.